Why, hello there everybody. It is I, your boy, H-Boy, and today what I'm going to be doing, I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be continuing with the Rachel chat because it's fun. So, for those who remember, last time I took Rachel to a public garden where she learned about the different types of flowers and plants, and then use a composting toy to help fertilize the plants, and that's where we left off. So once this stupid thing loads, we'll get back to the video. Okay. What should I say? I look to see where to go next. Let's see what happens. Hey, I turned on the voice too late, but let's see. We check out the Linator exhibit. That sounds fun. Pollinator exhibit. It's hard to read out of these.
Rachel nods excitedly, the thought of pollinators bringing a smile to her face. Oh, I love that idea. I bet the pollinators exhibit is beautiful. I've always had a soft spot for butterflies and bees. Let's go check it out.
What kind of pollen-rich flowers? Several pollen-rich flowers like sunflowers and lavender.
Rachel looks around in awe at the array of flowers in the pollinator exhibit, her eyes drawn to the vibrant colors and sweet scents. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. These flowers are so beautiful, and they smell amazing. Look at all the different pollinators we have here. Bees, butterflies, even hummingbirds.
Here we have an area dedicated to the organisms that help keep the plants alive.
Rachel looks at the worker, her eyes shining with interest and excitement. She smiles warmly, eager to learn more about the world of pollinators. Thank you. This is such a wonderful exhibit. I've always been fascinated by pollinators and their role in nature. It's amazing how these tiny creatures are so crucial to the life and growth of plants.
Would you like some honey made from these very bees you see before you? Let's see what she says.
Rachel's face lights up at the offer, eagerly nodding at the worker. Absolutely. I would love to try some honey made from these bees' hard work. It must taste amazing, so sweet and fresh.
Would you like it on an apple, a cracker, or just lick it off a popsicle stick?
Experience of sampling this honey straight from the source.
Rachel, popsicle stick. Let's see if
Rachel takes the popsicle stick from the worker, holding it in her hand. She glances at you, her eyes sparkling with anticipation, and smiles. Ready to taste this honey together?
stick against hers like I am making a toast. A toast to the bees that made this. Let's see see if she
Rachel
likes it.
giggles as she smacks her popsicle stick against yours in a playful gesture, continuing the toast. She raises her stick and grins at you. To the bees and their sweet labors of love. Cheers.
I got a stick.
Rachel follows your lead and starts licking the honey off her popsicle stick, her face lighting up with delight. This honey is so good. It's so fresh and sweet, I can hardly believe it. The bees have outdone themselves.
You see that? What you just tasted was made by the work of all these little ladies, because they're all, as you know, all worker bees are female, so.
Rachel gazes at the comb, her eyes wide with admiration and wonder. She is amazed by the intricate and organized structure of the hive, each little bee working together to create something so delicious. Wow, that's incredible. I had no idea that all those tiny bees could make so much honey. They're truly amazing little creatures, aren't they?
When you get past the sting, they are pretty sweet.
Rachel nods in agreement, chuckling at your comment. Yeah, they definitely have a feisty side, but their sweetness makes up for it. Plus, they play such an important role in the world, pollinating plants and creating honey. We should be grateful for them, even if they do have a stinger on their butts.
Let's show the butterflies.
Rachel nods eagerly, her eyes lighting up at the mention of butterflies. I adore butterflies, they're so beautiful and graceful. I can't wait to see them up close. Lead the way.
So let's send her up to where a few of them are just, tell them just fluttering around.
Rachel's face is filled with enchantment as she watches the butterflies dance and flutter around the butterfly bush. She gazes at them in awe, transfixed by their vibrant colors and delicate wings. Oh my goodness, look at those butterflies, they're
Yes, they
absolutely
sure are.
stunning. It's like they're dancing in the air, so carefree and free. I could watch them for hours.
Oh, I know. Hey, I have an idea. I place a speck of milkweed on Rachel's finger. Let's see if I can get one to land on your finger. That would. Great photo.
Rachel giggles, excited at the idea of a butterfly landing on her finger. She holds out her finger, the milkweed speck resting on the tip. Sure, let's give it a try. I'd love to have a butterfly land on my finger. That would be such a cool photo.
I'm gonna say monarch, because monarchs are cool looking. And probably the most iconic
Rachel's face
looking
lights up with
butterfly.
joy as the monarch butterfly lands gently on her finger. She smiles widely, her eyes sparkling. Oh my goodness, it's on my finger. It actually landed on my finger. I can't believe it. This is so incredible.
Quickly snap picture.
Rachel watches as you take a picture of the butterfly perched on her finger, her smile only growing wider. She can't help but feel giddy at the fact that a butterfly just landed on her, and that you captured the moment with a photo. Thanks for taking that picture. I'm going to treasure this memory forever.
I'm going to say one more and then I'm going to move on to the next thing.
Rachel continues to stand there, watching the butterfly perched on her finger, a sense of contentment washing over her. I feel so grateful to have experienced this moment, to have a beautiful butterfly land on my finger like this. It's like nature is saying hello in the sweetest possible way.
This is such a cute story. I like it how this character's made for literal
Rachel looks at the map, seeing a few more areas dedicated to pollinators.
battle fetish,
She
but then all of a
scans the
sudden it's all
options
sweet
before
story.
looking back at you. There are a few more pollinators on the map, but I think I've gotten my fair share of beautiful sights for now. Let's keep walking and see what other wonders this garden has in store for us.
We exhibit, make our way back onto the trail. Okay, let's see what happens.
Rachel continues to follow the pathway, her earlier IBS problems seemingly gone as she takes in the beauty of the garden. The smell of flowers and the sight of butterflies and bees
That's what
swirling
Starman was
around
really
her makes her
expecting.
forget her earlier discomfort. This garden is so magical, isn't it? I could spend all day here just admiring the natural beauty.
You walk through the trail, picking out all the flowers, animals, bugs, and trees.
Rachel's eyes wander from flower to flower, each bloom more vibrant and fragrant than the last. The buzzing of bees and hummingbirds fills her ears, and the occasional critter skitters through the underbrush, adding to the symphony of nature. This is so tranquil. It's like being transported to another world, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
I know I love our nature hikes because we do a bunch of nature hikes.
Rachel nods in agreement, her eyes scanning the surroundings as she takes in the beauty of the garden. Me too. These nature hikes are so refreshing, especially after a week spent in the city. It's nice to get away from the concrete and screens and commune with nature. I always feel so grounded, like my worries just melt away.
By yeah, poppies, because poppies look nice. Let me see if I can get a
Rachel's
picture of a
eyes
poppy.
widen as they approach the field of
I mean, not the
poppies.
singer,
The
the
vibrant colors of the flowers stand out against the greenery of the field, creating a striking and eye-catching sight. Wow, look at those poppies, they're so captivating. They look like little bursts of color in this sea of green. I've never seen so many in one place before.
like it's like tiny little hearts. They are so cool. I just hope you don't fall asleep like Dorothy did in the pop. So I want to see if it understands them making a Wizard of Oz reference. Because if
Rachel
it feels
smiles at the comparison to the Wizard of Oz, her eyes still fixated on the beautiful poppies. Ah yes, the poppy field. I remember that scene from the movie. It would be funny if I actually did fall asleep here, though I think your company will keep me awake.
I'm actually surprised it actually knew about the Wizard of Oz. I was worried it wouldn't get that joke. Great photo. That gives me, because I'm not going to have it in italicized, that gives me a great photo idea. You lie in the field like you are asleep, and I will take a photo. It will be a humorous reference to that scene. Because I want to she'll like that idea, because that's actually... Because I'm actually surprised the AI knows about the Wizard of Oz.
Rachel giggles at the idea and nods, fully on board with your suggestion. Oh, that sounds like a fun idea. I'm game. Let's do it. I'll just pretend to be like Dorothy, fast asleep in the poppies. You can take the picture and capture my slumbering beauty.
So I'm actually surprised it's aware of the Wizard of Oz, and it even knew the specific scene I was talking about.
Rachel giggles as she lays down in the field of poppies, positioning herself to look as if she is fast asleep. The poppies are so soft and comfortable, and she can't help but smile as she hears the rustling of the leaves beneath her. Okay, I think I'm ready. Go ahead and snap the picture.
So I'm going to take the picture.
Rachel lays there for a moment, enjoying the comfort of the poppies and the sweet fragrance they emanate. She looks up at you and grins, curious to see how the picture turned out. So, how did the photo turn out? Did I make a good Dorothy impersonation?
Let's see if she likes
Rachel
it.
stands up from the field of poppies, brushing off a few petals that cling to her clothes. She smiles and walks over to you, eager to see the picture. I can't wait to see it. I hope I don't look too ridiculous, pretending to be asleep in the poppies.
It wouldn't look ridiculous. It looks silly. Because it's supposed to be like a comedic reference to the movie.
Rachel looks at the picture intently, a smile spreading across her face. The picture is a perfect capture of the scene, with her nestled among the poppies as if she had fallen asleep in the meadow. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. I look so peaceful. It looks just like Dorothy in the movie. Nice job with the photo.
All you need is a lion plushie and a tin statue and... Yeah, all you need is a lion.
Rachel laughs, the idea of having a lion plushie and a tin statue adding to the Dorothy aesthetic. Ha, yeah, you're right. A lion plushie and a tin statue would really complete the look. Maybe we can find some props around the garden to use for a second photo.
So I want to bring out another animal quickly.
Rachel looks around the garden, her eyes scanning the surroundings for something that could pass as a lion plushie. Alright, let's see if we can find something that resembles a lion plushie. Maybe a toy or a model or something. It would be funny to recreate the scene with Dorothy's lion companion.
I'm not going to do that because the problem is finding a lion plushie in the middle of a garden sounds absolutely ridiculous. You like it. Now let's get back.
Rachel smiles, still amused by the photo, and nods at your suggestion. Alright, let's get back on the road. I can't wait to see what other surprises this garden has in store for us.
Prances from the forest. Let's bring out a fox, because why not? Foxes are pretty cute and majestic.
Rachel gasps softly as the fox appears from the forest into the poppy field. She watches in awe as the fox slowly prances through the poppies, its light orange fur standing out against the vibrant red of the flowers. Oh my goodness, look at that cute little fox. How adorable.
Majestic animals there are. These foxes are pretty majestic.
Rachel nods in agreement, watching the fox with a smile. I know, they really are. There's something so graceful and regal about them. And their tails are so bushy and fluffy. I could watch them all day. It's really special to see one up close like this.
Seeing a fox in person is rare.
Rachel nods, her eyes still fixed on the fox as it continues to wander through the poppies. Yeah, it is pretty rare. I've never really seen one in person before, just in photos and videos. It's so cool that we get to witness its beauty right here, in this garden. It's like a little gift from nature.
Just swishing around.
Rachel smiles as she watches the fox's tail swish from side to side. I know, it's adorable. It's almost hypnotic, the way it moves back and forth. It's like the fox is waving at us, saying hi with its tail.
Quick, get out the camera before it runs away.
Rachel quickly takes out her phone, opening up the camera app. She points the camera towards the fox, her finger positioned over the shutter button. Okay, I'm ready. Here it goes. And click.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more.
Rachel looks at the photo she just took, smiling at the image of the fox's little tail swishing through the poppies. Got it. We have a photo of the fox and its adorable little swishy tail. Rachel's eyes widen, a smile spreading across her face as the fox comes closer. Oh my goodness, it's coming closer. It's looking right at us. Can you believe this?
I wonder, is it curious? Is it scared? Does it want food? Who knows?
Rachel watches as the fox continues to stare at them, its little head tilting as if it's trying to figure out what they are. I have no idea. It's so cute though. Maybe it's curious, maybe it's
the
just
fox
checking
is
us out,
staring at us.
or maybe it's hoping for a little snack. It's hard to tell. The fox continues to stare at them, its head tilting from side to side as if it's trying to make sense of their presence. Its little tail is still swishing slightly, a tiny fluffy indicator of its curiosity or confusion. Rachel watches as the fox seems about to sprint away, but then stops and looks back at them, its eyes fixed on them once more. Oh my goodness, it's looking at us again. It's like it wants us to follow it or something. Rachel nods in agreement, watching the fox intently as it continues to look at them. Yeah, it does seem unusually calm around us. Maybe it's used to being around people and is comfortable with human presence. Or maybe it's just really curious about us and wants to get a closer look.
Okay, let's have it start sniffing through the poppy field. Wait, field, not fields, field.
I wonder what it's getting out of those little
Checking
sniffles.
out a majestic looking flower.
Rachel smiles, her gaze still fixed on the fox as it continues to sniff around the poppy field. She nods at your comment, agreeing wholeheartedly. Yeah, it's almost like the fox fits in perfectly with the poppies. Both of them are so beautiful and graceful. Watching that little fox amongst the poppies, it's just picture perfect.
So I'll say ask her to get another picture.
Rachel takes her phone out again, opening up the camera app once more. Okay, one more picture of this little furry friend. Here we go! She points the camera at the fox and snaps another photo, capturing the fox sniffing its way through the poppies. Rachel looks at the photo on her phone, a satisfied smile on her face. I know, right? The fox and the poppies together, they look like they belong together. It's like a little piece of nature's art. I love it.
Okay. Wait, fox. Oh, I got it. Because I had some here inside the fox.
Rachel can't help but chuckle and scrunch her nose at the sight. Well, that's not quite as majestic, but I guess even foxes have to do their business, even in a field of poppies.
No. But what do you expect? Even the most majestic animal needs to go. I'm gonna say once. I'll send the fox back into the forest.
Rachel watches as the fox prances back into the forest, disappearing into the woods without a trace. Well, there goes our little friend. I guess it's time for us to get moving too.
That was also a wonderful sight until the end. Wait, no. Until the end. But love the photos and sights we got.
Rachel nods in agreement, still holding her phone with the photos of the fox and poppies. Yeah, those photos turned out really well, and seeing that fox up close was amazing. even if it did decide to leave us a little unwelcome gift in the poppies.
At least it was in the field and not in front of us.
Rachel laughs, relieved that the fox decided to do its business in the field and not right in front of them. Oh, definitely. I'm not sure I'd have wanted such a close-up view of its business. Or the smell. Rachel follows you back onto the trail, still taking in the sights and sounds of the garden.
I'll worry about the trail later.
All right, back on the trail. I wonder what other wonders we'll discover out here.
I just want to do this quickly, see if she wants to add a little more to the thing about the...
Rachel takes one more look at the field of poppies, her heart still full from the beautiful scene they just witnessed. You know, it's moments like these that make these nature hikes so special. We get to see things we'd never see in the city. It's like a little escape into a world steeped in natural beauty.
Now, let's get back on the hike.
Rachel nods, a smile on her face as she looks forward to the rest of the hike. You're right, let's keep moving. There's so much more of this garden to explore. She starts walking, her legs moving at a steady pace as she follows the trail.
Any gifts us on the hike like that fox did? Gifts.
Rachel laughs at your comment but agrees, not particularly hoping to encounter any more surprises along the way. I hope so too. While I love animals, I could do without any more of their, gifts on the trail. Let's just hope the rest of this hike is a bit less, fragrant.
What other animals should we do?
Rachel's eyes widen as they come to a stop by the boardwalk that surrounds a beautiful lake. She looks out at the shimmering water, mesmerized by the way the light catches on the surface. Oh wow, what a beautiful sight. I always love lakes, but this one is especially lovely.
Against the forest.
Rachel nods, still gazing out at the lake. The way the water is framed by the lush, green forest is indeed breathtaking. Yeah, it's like a perfect little slice of nature. The way the trees and the lake come together, it's like something out of a painting. Rachel walks along the boardwalk, the wooden planks creaking slightly under her feet. The sound of water lapping gently against the shore is soothing, and the fresh, earthy scent of the forest wafts through the air. She takes a deep breath, feeling a sense of peace settle over her as she gazes out at the lake. This is so peaceful. I could almost forget we're still in the middle of a hike.
Okay, let's see, where do we leave off?
Rachel continues to walk, her eyes taking in the surroundings. The lake water shimmers in the light, reflecting the sky above. The way the sunlight dances on the surface is dazzling. She takes notice of the tall trees that surround the lake, stretching high towards the heavens as if they're offering shelter to the water below. She glances over at you, a smile on her face. You know, I always find bodies of water so calming. They have this way of calming the nerves and just making you feel at peace, don't they?
Let's see. Natural water is so awesome.
Rachel nods, remembering the waterfall and hot spring from their last hike. The memory of the rushing water, the cool mist, and the warm steam from the spring fills her mind. Oh yeah, that waterfall and hot spring were amazing. Standing under that waterfall was like an otherworldly experience, and the hot spring was so relaxing. It was the perfect combination of nature's beauty and comfort. I'd love to go back there sometime and relive it all.
Isn't this like where we can go in the lake?
Rachel's eyes light up at your suggestion, the thought of immersing herself in the cool waters of the lake exciting. Oh, that would be amazing. I would love to go for a swim in this lake if possible. It looks so refreshing, and who knows, there might be some hidden spots where we can take a quick dip.
Too close to the public garden area.
Rachel thinks for a moment, realizing that it does make sense not to swim near where others might be. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't want to get into trouble by just stripping down and jumping in right here. Maybe there's a more secluded spot on the other side, like you said. Let's keep walking and see what we find.
I'll say boardwalk. Let's see if there's anything we can find.
Rachel continues walking beside you, her eyes scanning the surrounding area, taking in the beauty of the lake and the forest that encircles it. The boardwalk gently sways as they walk, the wooden planks creaking softly under their feet. The path seems to go on endlessly, curving around the lake in a long, lazy arc.
After several no, not folk, fork, the boardwalk. Okay, we can either continue on the boardwalk or go through the forest. What should we do?
Rachel looks at the fork in the path, contemplating the options. That's a tough choice. The boardwalk is nice and easy, but going through the forest could be an adventure. Plus, we might find a good spot for swimming in the lake on the other side. What do you think? Are you up for a little trek through the woods?
It will be a perfect dip spot.
Rachel nods, her mind made up. All right, let's do it. Going through the forest it is. It might be a bit more challenging, but the potential for a nice quiet spot to swim makes it worth it, don't you think? Plus, I love a good adventure.
Get to the forest side of the lake.
Rachel looks over at the lake and at the forest on the other side, trying to determine the best route to the other side. It looks like we'll have to go off the boardwalk and find a path to the forest. It can't be too far, though. Maybe there's a trail leading through the trees. Let's look for it and see if we can find a way to cross over.
Maybe this way will help.
Rachel looks at the dirt path that you found, nodding in agreement. Yeah, that looks promising. It seems to lead into the forest. It might be a bit rugged, but it's a start. Let's give it a try and see where it takes us. Rachel walks along beside you, careful not to trip on any rocks or roots that litter the path. The path is uneven, but thankfully not too steep. The trees on either side of them cast shadows over the path, giving them a small sense of privacy from the outside world. The air is rich with the scent of pine sap and damp earth. She looks around, taking in the beauty of the forest that surrounds them.
Makes the sun darker.
As they make their way through the rugged forest, the sunlight filtering through the trees is somewhat dimmer, casting a shady, almost mysterious light onto the path. The trees seem to be standing guard over the trail, shielding it from the bright sunlight. Rachel can't help but shiver slightly at how different the atmosphere feels from the light and airy boardwalk they left behind. Rachel looks towards where you're looking and sees the crack in the forest. Relief washes over her face as she nods. Oh, good eye. It does look like a way out. Let's keep going. Maybe we'll end up on the other side of the lake after all.
It looks like it's the lake.
Rachel follows you towards the crack in the trees, her eyes widening as she spots the sun reflecting in the water. Oh my god, that's definitely the lake. It looks like we made it through the forest. This must be where we can swim.
Okay, let's do one more chat and then I'll see.
Rachel feels excitement building inside her as they both realize that they've successfully reached the other side of the lake. The thought of taking a swim in the cool, refreshing water is exhilarating. She grins at you. We did it. I knew we'd find a way across. Now, let's go down there and see if there's a spot where we can get into the water.
Find a little sandy patch. This looks like a perfect spot. Not too busy, nice and sunny, and close to the boardwalk for when we continue the hike.
Rachel looks at the sandy patch that you found, admiring the area. It does look like a perfect spot, and the fact that it's not too crowded is a definite plus. The sunlight is warm against her skin, and the proximity to the boardwalk is a practical bonus. You know, you're right. This spot is absolutely perfect. It's secluded, sunny, and close by. I think this might be the best place to go for a swim. Good find. Rachel laughs, feeling her worries ease as they stand on the sandy patch overlooking the lake. I had a few worries too, but I should have known we'd find something great with you leading the way. You really have a talent. Rachel looks out at the lake, the sunlight sparkling off the water, her mind already imagining how it will feel to swim in the cool, refreshing water. Well, I guess we should get the show on the road and strip down. I'm ready to take the plunge and enjoy a nice swim in this beautiful lake. Rachel grins, feeling daring and excited for the swim. All right, let's do this. I'll go first. Turn around, give me some privacy while I take off my clothes. Rachel laughs at your gesture. Very courteous of you. All right, I'm undressing. Don't peek now. That'd be cheating. Rachel finishes undressing, feeling the cool air against her bare skin. She giggles at your request to look. Yeah, you can look now. I'm all undressed and ready for the lake. Your turn now.
Now that is a wonderful lake view. I hope she gets.
Rachel laughs, feeling a bit self-conscious but enjoying your compliment at the same time. Oh, stop. You're making me blush. But I completely agree. The lake view is stunning from here. Now your turn to undress. Don't keep me waiting. Rachel watches you undress, taking in the sight of your bare skin with a mix of excitement and curiosity. She waits patiently, but can't help but feel eager to get into the water. Don't take too long now. I'm dying to jump in the lake and feel the water against my skin. Rachel turns around as you finish undressing and sees your bare form standing before her. She grins, her eyes running over your body admiringly. There we go, took you long enough. Now let's go have some fun in that lake, shall we?
So let's jump off the ledge into the lake.
Rachel glances at the ledge you're pointing out and grins, feeling the adrenaline beginning to pump through her veins. Oh, you want to jump off the ledge and cannonball into the lake? Sounds like a blast. Let's do it then. I'm game if you are.
And hold hands. 1, 2, 3, jump.
Rachel grips your hand, feeling the excitement and anticipation building within her. She glances at you and then the lake, her heart racing. 1, 2, 3, jump! With her hand still gripping yours, she jumps off the ledge and dives into the lake below with a loud splash, the cool water enveloping her from all sides.
I hope nobody at the garden.
Rachel surfaces from the water, her wet hair sticking to her face. She laughs, wiping the water from her eyes. Hee hee. Yeah, that was quite the splash. It probably echoed all the way to the garden. But who cares? That was fun as hell.
Really think it was a fish or something.
Rachel laughs again, picturing people in the garden thinking it was a fish instead of two people diving into the lake. Haha, you're right. They probably have no idea it's us making all this noise. They're probably down there thinking, wow, those fish are really active today.
So here in the lake, it's just you and me. What shall we do?
Rachel grins, floating in the water with her arms lazily treading to keep afloat. She looks at you, considering your question. Well, now that we're here, just us in the privacy of the lake, there's a lot of things we could do. The possibilities are endless. What shall we get up to, Any suggestions?
See, not a splash attack. I've done that too much. A little splash.
Rachel giggles in surprise as you splash her, the spray of water droplets hitting her face. Her competitive nature kicks in and she playfully splashes you back. Oh, it's on now. You asked for it. She grins, her eyes sparkling with mischief as she splashes you enthusiastically.
I'm gonna splash her back and then I'm gonna end the video because it's starting to get boring.
The splash slinging between you and Rachel intensifies, the water splashing in all directions as the playful battle continues. Laughing, Rachel attempts to shield herself while countering with her own splashes, getting water all over your face. You're good, but I'm not going down without a fight.
You know, I'm gonna end the video here because it's starting to get boring and too long. And I guess so. That was your boy H-Boy. Continue to rate and chat. I will see you next time.